Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day today. It's Friday, and decided to do a live stream. Didn't tell anybody about it, but I thought, hey, those guys that have subscribed to our YouTube channel or have subscribed to LinkedIn, Facebook, that sort of stuff, you're going to get the notification. Those who haven't, they'll have to watch the replay. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about a tool that we've used for probably 20 plus years. And I thought I would share this out because there's some productivity things that you can do that will help your organization get maybe a little bit more focused, maybe be a little more productive. And this particular product that I'm gonna show you today. I'm going to be kind of lasering in on one particular thing that I want to show you, and this is why I thought, well, I'll kind of give you an overview of the product and then show you what I want to show you. I'm not this product. I'm not being sponsored by this product. This is just something that I want to show. I think it could benefit you. There's a lot of different programs that are similar to this. I found that this one is the one that kind of fits for me. It gives me the depth and breadth of the things that I need to do and accomplish. And so we're going to kind of cover that today, and hopefully this will be of some help to you in helping your organization kind of get a handle maybe on things that you're wanting to do. Now, there are a ton, and I mean a ton, of productivity tools that are out there, and they all have specific things that they focus on. Some are better than others. But this particular one, like I said, I've been using for years, and we're going to go through. It's called MindManager. Now, if you've never used a mind mapping program before, and you've typically have done a list or have done stuff in a kind of a linear fashion, this is going to help you out for most people. And the reason is because a list typically isn't the way our brain thinks. It's more of scattered, if you will. And mind mapping, it's maybe something you want to do a little bit of research on, watch a few YouTube videos, and just see how this could benefit you. I've used this, like I said, 20 plus years. I've used it for coaching and consulting, working with different clients, kind of doing brainstorming and kind of drilling down into different things. And it's really been a benefit. And so we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you a few things. And I'm going to have now, when we get going into this, when you're watching this, after you've watched it, depending upon what platform you're on, we're streaming YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I believe we're streaming on Twitch as well. So depending upon what platform you're on, there's going to be a link up the top or at the bottom that will allow you to get a trial. The first link will come from our site, and the reason I did that is because I don't know about you, but when I sign up for a trial, and then you get barraged by emails sending you stuff. So it's totally up to you. You can go to the second one, which takes you right to the MindManager website, or you can click on the link that I have there, and you can trial it out, and they're not going to daunt you with emails. And then below that is going to be a template that I have, and you're free to use that and mess around with it. All right. So again, just welcome for those who are coming in, depending upon what platform you're on, and hopefully you gain some benefit from this video or this live stream, whichever you're coming in on. All right, let's move to the next screen. All righty then. So when you launch, this is called MindManager, or MindJet is the name of the original company, but the program's called MindManager. And MindManager is a mind mapping software. So when you open it up, you're going to get a whole bunch of different things that you can do, some different types of maps that you can run, radial maps, right maps. You can do timelines, flow charts. I don't do flow charts. I really don't care for the flow charting in here. I use another application, which I'll probably review with you in the future. Concept maps, Venn diagrams, like there's just a ton of different things. Even Kanban, if you're familiar with doing Kanbans, you can do Kanbans. And then down at the bottom here, you'll see that it has, there we are, needed to get right there. Why is that? not pop. There we are. Then you have different kind of professional templates that you can use. So whether it's a mind mapping, brainstorming, I've used just about all of these, messing around with them. Some I use on a regular basis, like plans and roadmaps. Like if you go into project management tasks, then it'll have different types of templates that you can use. It's really, really informative. Organization, you can get in and create organization charts or org charts. Research design, meeting calibration, writing documents. It's got a ton of stuff. Roadmap, you want to build a roadmap for maybe your products or services. It's got a ton of stuff in here. And just to give you an example, I'm going to use this Kanban here, and I've got some templates I'm going to show you that we use to kind of give you an example. You got Venn diagrams, like there's just a ton of stuff in here. But I'll show you the Kanban, and we're just going to create the map so it pops up like this, and it comes up with this Kanban. Now you can go and change. This one is to do, doing, and done. Really, really simple. And you can add as many as you want, change the labels of them, and then you create your cards. So this could be, let's say, website change, and excuse me. And then maybe I've got a couple of other things that I want to do. I just add those on. And then as I'm working on them, I'm working on the website change. It gets to there, and basically you just drag and drop. And if you've got a team, you can use this with your team and see where everything is at. So depending upon how you want to use this. Now, I should mention this program's not the cheapest program out there, but in my opinion, it's worth the investment for the gains that you're getting. So you can check the pricing out on there. I can't even remember what it is, but I pay an annual fee for it, and just because I use it all the time. You decide how it may work for you. So I'm not going to save this one. Hang on here. I knew that was going to happen. I always press the X to close down the whole thing. All right. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you a couple of different ones. So I'm going to start off with, let's start off with our database design. So this is one that we use, and we use this all the time for when we're doing Act CRM projects and we're going to do some customization. This is what we use. We got a little legend on the left-hand side, and then each one of these is different tables within the Act database, and basically we extract them out and what fields do you want to capture information on, and then we have breakouts for what kind of drop-down menus. So this is one of the ones that we use for managing or building databases for ourselves. The next one I want to show you is a website map. This is one of the ones that we use to build our own website. So you have all your different headers, and then within there you've got all of the different pages or sub-pages you're going to use. I've even got hyperlinks that'll take me directly to the website to show those particular ones. And that is super helpful if you're doing any kind of design. Let's go back into File, Open. And the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to go into this one. We built one, and you're welcome to have this particular template too. This is a standard operating procedure, and this is really great. Some companies create that standard operating procedures, and some don't. Some just have it in their head. Some have it written down. If you're kind of an organized person and want to have it done up, you can build your standard operating procedure in here for all the different areas of your business. And then you can have work instructions inside there. So for an example, here's how to set up addresses when you're doing labels or database management. You can format it just like this. And the nice thing about this is you've got maybe somebody in HR, or if your organization is small, whoever's responsible for managing standard operating procedures, they can actually go and export this into an HTML5 file, put it on their website, put it on their intranet, and everybody can access it from a browser. And so nobody can actually mess with it. except for the person who's working on it. And then as there's changes, you can go and modify that, modify the document, update information in here, and then that will get posted out. And so if somebody's needing to know, how do I do this, they can go to the SOP and they can find that information really quickly. So it's super powerful. What I want to show you, and I should mention here, brainstorming is a really big one. I've used this for brainstorming, and if you go back in here to new, you can take a basic one in here, but if you say, I want to do some brainstorming and ideas, something like this where you're actually picking a topic, and so you could just say, hey, I want to focus on our sales department, or maybe I want to talk about our operations. What can we do better in operations? So the center map would be operations, and then you start breaking down each one of the areas of operations. Maybe it's project management, maybe it's something else that you're trying to track. And all of a sudden, your creative juices start flowing and you can start building out and you can see where things are falling apart, things are doing well, what needs to be changed, what can you do better. And it's just amazing. So I'm going to open up this one just so you can actually see. So this is this is a template, but it kind of gives you an idea and gives you things that you can kind of look at. So basically the center thing would be operations, if you're going to do operations. Or this could be your business, and this could be operation, this could be sales, marketing, administration, and then you could break down all of the different things that you're working on or things that you want to capture and put in there. So the power behind this is simply amazing, just simply amazing. And I can't say enough about it. It's just one of those programs that really, really works well. What I want to focus on today, and this is something that I noticed a lot of companies are not doing well with, and that is kind of managing their communication. And a lot of people will call this a marketing strategy or marketing plan. I kind of don't like to use the word marketing because the marketing is a connotation of being able to sell something. Well, I'm not necessarily selling something all the time when I'm communicating. Sometimes I'm educating, like today. I'm not selling anybody anything. All I want to do is share some information that may help you to increase your ability to get to that next level in your business. And so that's why I'm kind of showing this here. This communication one is a big one because in our business, we may have a CRM system like we use ACT, and probably most of our clients that are on here today are using ACT. We have some people that could be coming in from LinkedIn or Facebook that have never used a CRM or maybe using a different one. The concept is still the same. Where I find in a lot of businesses is the gap is, well, they're not communicating at a level that's going to retain and keep their clients happy and make them feel that they are that they're important to you. And so these are the sort of things that you can come up with. Now I'm just going to minimize this because we're going to talk about, this is one of the templates. It's called a timeline template. But I want to, you can actually download this particular template. You can download and use the free trial of this and kind of mess around with it. But you can see here I've got the whole year out, and this is just a sample. And I've got it into quarters, so each quarter has a little bit different color. And then I've got different types at the back. And so I'm just going to pop out the types. And these are communication, and you can add your own. I'm sure I don't have all of them, but these are different things. You've got blogs, you've got video vlogs, you've got campaigns, you've got, this is a CoreLogic's activity, event, lead capture, live stream like I'm doing today, podcasts, social media, surveys, videos, like you choose what you want. Now, what I've done here with this particular program, and you can move this, I think when you first open it up, this is on the left-hand side. In options, you can get it on the right-hand side. I prefer the right-hand side. But you have these, what they call map parts. And I've actually got mine. I created CoreLogic's, and I just drag and drop. So if you want to create your own map parts, basically you just go in here, and you will create a new folder. We'll just call this test. I'll do a subfolder. And in this test one, let's just do, I'm going to go down here, and whatever you design, you can put in as a map part. So these are just designed ones. You can design anything you want and then just drag it in. So there's an action. We're doing a live stream today. There's a live stream. So then when you're going to use this, and then we're just going to minimize this. When you're going to use this, so December, oh, I want to do a live stream. It's going to pop it in, and everything's set. All I have to do is double click, change the name, click on here, and this has all the information I want to capture, or I want to, as I'm prepping for this live stream. Use it, don't use it, but it gives you an ability to capture, well, what do you want to do in this live stream? What do you want to say? Who's your target audience? What are you trying to accomplish? What's the call to action? All of that stuff can be captured in here so you know exactly what you're doing. And if this is something you're going to do every couple of months, then you can save this, pull it up, and you can just rinse and repeat and use the same thing over and over again, and you have all the stuff. Maybe you're going to change some of the context. And so this is like incredibly powerful, but let me kind of go through setting this up. So I've got in here, let's just kind of go through this little sample here. I've got a webinar. I had a webinar that was completed in January. You can see it's green because that means it's completed. Live stream blog. February, I had a couple of things going on there. March, and you can kind of get the idea. I'm going to jump to May. Well, we'll do April, and then we're going to do May. So in May, let's kind of nail this down a little bit and kind of just show you what you can do with this. So you can see it here. It's got a little bit of information in here. Like this starts on, well, let's click on here, and let's go over to the tasks here. And you can see this is on May 8th. Well, it's passed. And we haven't completed it. So we're going to change the date of this, and we're going to say, okay, we're going to do this live stream on the 15th. All right, so, and it's going to take an hour. And you can adjust all of this stuff. And so I'm going to do a blog, and it's going to start, let's just say this one is actually going to end on the 18th. So there's a time frame in there, and you can set up duration, whether it's in hours, days, effort. Effort would be the individual that's doing it. So you may want to do it within a 2-week time span, but I want to be able to have, how much effort is there, and then I can assign a resource to it. So let's pop in a few things here. We've got event. So let's just say this event is going to take, it's going to be a whole day, and effort is going to be, let's pick a resource, and we'll pick Gary here. And now with Gary here, you can go into the resources, edit the resources, and you can do a bunch of different things with the resources. What's their availability? You can actually do what's their cost per hour. So I want to figure out what's it going to cost me to do an event? What's it going to cost me to do a live stream? And I can put hours in here and how much per hour, and that will give me a kind of a cost that I can do it. And then I can put actual costs in here as well. So I'm going to use Gary for 8 hours, and you can see in here that's $1,600. And maybe this event, the venue is going to cost me $1,000 for the venue that I'm going to. Whoops, not a 10. There we go. And then when I put that in, you'll see that this figure will jump from is up to $2,600. And the nice thing is, it will take everything in that month, give me a total down here, and if I went into this particular webinar, and let's just say this webinar, I did the webinar, and it took 2 hours, it was a 2-hour webinar, you can see a cost of $400 for that particular month. But when I scroll over here to the beginning, it's going to show me, as I'm planning for the year, this is what it's going to cost me to do all my communication in labor hours, as well as whatever kind of financial costs that are going to cost me, whether it's a venue to have the event, whether it's software I need to buy to be able to do that, whatever the cost may be, I can key that in there and get a handle on what is going on for that month. And Susan, I see you've got some questions there. I'll get to you in a sec. I haven't not noticed you there. And I appreciate you putting your comments in or questions. I haven't looked at it yet. So you can see here how powerful this is for being able to capture what it is I want to do, being able to capture the resources, the time frame. Now, one of the things when you start looking at a time frame, some people are very analytical and are used to using like project management tools, and there's a ton of them out there, and maybe want to see this in a little bit different view than this. I'm very visual, so I like to see it this way, but every once in a while, I'll go over to view and I'll say, show in a Gantt chart. And it's going to pop up a Gantt chart, and it's going to show me what's a happening. So I can see the ones that are completed. I can see the ones that are coming up, how much time. They're all spread out over here. And I can be able to get a quick picture. And there's a bunch of adjustments you can make to this Gantt chart, adjust the look and feel and different things that you want to do in here. But this gives you a really quick way of looking at your particular things that are going on. So I don't have anything set up in June for time yet. And a Gantt chart is based on time. So if you've got placeholders for stuff but don't have a date, they're not gonna really do anything on the Gantt chart until you put some dates and that sort of stuff with it. But this will give you a lot of power in being able to manage. What I like about this is I can start off at the year. So the one that I'm using, the one we use in our office, I'll set this up for each quarter. And then what I will do is I will put any costs in there, and I can see, hey, this is what it's going to cost me in labor hours, and this is what it's going to cost me in any venue costs. And then I can get a really good handle of budgeting for what I want to do in communication. Maybe it's costing me software. Maybe I'm having, like in this case, for all of my communication stuff, I'm going to be using the ACT software. I could key in my cost for the ACT software and the marketing automation and any other software that I would use to help me to do that. I could put that right at the beginning and have, okay, this is what it's going to cost me to communicate through the course of the year. All right, let's just have a look and see what, let's see, a lot of concepts and organization ideas, yeah. Yeah, let's just show that. So Susan said communication is key, and so true. It shouldn't be mashed together into marketing. Yeah, totally agree, Susan. It's one of those things that we throw everything into marketing, and then people go, well, I don't do marketing, or I don't have time to do marketing. It's not about marketing. It's about communication. And the more we can wrap our head around getting, marketing kind of, it's part of our business strategy. We do need to let people know we're there, and we need to sell products and services. But we're trying to keep up with our clients and use whatever tools we can to manage that. And this isn't, I mean, you can check off and say it was done and that sort of stuff. But the idea is if you don't plan, you're not going to do. So how many times I've seen so many people buy a marketing automation software and then not use it. Now, for those of you who use ACT, all of you that are on a subscription have marketing automation in there. So you can send out a message and say, hey, I thought you should know, or here's some information, some education information, or maybe you are trying to get them to join a webinar or seminar or something to that effect. This is your planning software. You've heard the adage, fail to plan, plan to fail. This is one of those things that we need to do, and it doesn't take much time. If you don't want to do it during your busy week, take an hour or two on a Saturday or a Sunday and just sit down and kind of play around and figure out, well, what can we change? What can we do better in our business? I'll promise you that, and it doesn't have to be this software. Find yourself a mind mapping software that works for you. Like I said, I like this one because it gives me granular stuff. I can put in pricing, I can put in resources, and it just, for me, it just hits the numbers for everything that I'm trying to do. But decide what you want to do. Do a little bit of YouTube searching. Look for some, let me just go to the next screen here. Have a look around and see what kind of tools can help you. Like I said, Certain tools are going to resonate with you better than others. I'm a very visual person, and that's why this mind mapping really fits the bill for me. So there's a trial. Click the link, give it a try, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, if it's too expensive for you, there are some free ones out there. They're maybe not as dynamic as this, but maybe that's a starting point for you to kind of just start moving in that direction. But I promise you, the more you'll spend some time doing a little bit of organization planning and figure out what you want to do. Like I said, we do our website strategy in here. We've done our standard operating procedure in here. We do database design in here. We want to flush out maybe a new product. We use this for our products. We actually have our what do you call it? Your map for roadmap. That's what I was looking for. The roadmap for our product development, we use MindMap. We sit there and say, okay, when do we want to do it? What do we want to do? Which is a better product to release? When should we release it? And then, we scale it based on stuff that's going on. By the way, we've got 2 new templates coming out for the ACT CRM software coming out end of this month, beginning of next month. And they're going to be awesome. And, we sit there and plan out what it is we want to have in those products. So look at your operations for your products, maybe you're selling, your services, what are you doing, and see how this can help you. I hope that this has been of a benefit to you. If there's any questions, please pop them in. And if you're a little shy, add a comment at the end. Let me know what you think of this. Typically, we're focusing on our CRM products and how we can help you in that area. But we're going to start showing you some of the tools we use and how those tools can help you, because they definitely help us. And let's see if that makes sense to you. Anyways, I hope you have a great long week, or it's not a long weekend, not yet. A great weekend. Yeah, it's Mother's Day. That's what I was thinking. It's Mother's Day. So as of this recording, Mother's Day is on Sunday. So don't forget to show some love to your mother and your wife if you're married, and have yourself a great weekend and all the best. And reach out. Let me know what you think. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.